Hi everyone, Nathan here from Mighty Lancer Games, and welcome to this evening's stream. So I can see Pete the Priest and Mr. Howell and Moxidon there in the chat. Hi, how are you doing? So what we're going to be doing this evening is painting Vanja, the Fire Queen here. So she is 77100 and she was in our March Reaper sub box. I will just show you here. I've got at the side of me, I think this one is 77613. So this is a different version of her that was in the later Kickstarter or more recent Bones 4 Kickstarter. Or it might have been Bones 3 actually. But yeah, so she's just a little bit taller and a little bit slimmer, very similar figure. But I think I prefer the original, so that's why we're going with that one. That's what we put in the sub box, and this is the lady that we're going to paint this evening. So we're going to keep her fairly simple because she's quite a detailed model. So I'm going to keep the colour palette quite limited. So we're going to go with her. She's going to have very dark, like black with a highlighted brown skin. We're going to use a lot of bronze and gold on her armour and her weapon. And she's going to have nice bright flaming colour for her hair. So we're going to start off with her skin, and I'm going to begin with some dark umber, which is a green stuff world paint. And I'm going to need Mrs. MLG's pokey tool because I've left mine over there. So this is the first time I've used some of these green stuff world paints, so they're going to need piercing through on the or the end just pulling straight out. So I'm just going to use a bit of that, and then we're going to put that down as a base coat on the flesh areas. Yeah. So hope everyone's had a great day today. What you all been up to? It's been a busy day for me today in the shop. We've had our usual Monday fun of deliveries and what have you, including a rather sizable delivery from Reaper Miniatures that should enable us to fill in most of the gaps that we currently have in our Reaper range. A lot of metal figures. I think we have all the bones currently available that are in production, but now we're going to have almost all, if not all, of the metal figures as well. So we've got some more on their way from the States, but this is the first of a couple of batches that's arrived. And it's going to take me well into tomorrow to get it all checked and whatever, and then obviously we've got to upload it all to the website. Mrs. MLG's been hard at work adding us some new stock, and this evening she's painting a very brightly coloured Reaper Terrorfish. It's looking awesome. Hi there, Gisette. Yeah, awesome. What specifically have you been up to? Oh, that's quite all right. Moxidon. It's a good set. They should serve you well. So I'm just giving her flesh a base coat of dark umber, which is a green stuff world paint. So I'm just using it neat out of the bottle onto the wet palette and then onto the figure. It's a nice and thin paint. I'm giving it a real good shake up. Excellent. So you'll be awash with Stormcast Eternal and Nighthaunt figures then. From the Mortal Realms magazine. I did look into, so there's the new Imperium magazine. Yeah. Good, Mr. Howell. There's the new Imperium magazine, and there was obviously the Conquest 40k magazine, as well as the AOS Mortal Realms one. And we did have the option to stock it in store, but I decided that I thought it was a yeah. So that's the kind of thing that happens. You end up with far too many figures. But there's some issues that are great value, isn't there? And then there's some issues if you end up with a subscription or whatever. There's some issues where you just end up with a single pot of paint for £8 or whatever it is. So I thought we'd just stick to selling the kits in the shop. And then people can come in and pick up the paints that they want as and when, rather than being forced to have what somebody else dictates. Hi, Wicked D. So we're gonna paint her skin with this dark umber, and that's going to give us a good base tone. And then I'm going to move on to the armour, and we're going to paint a lot of her armour with bronze and gold. So all this beautiful scale cloak that she's got on here, I'm going to paint with. I'm going to paint it with gold, and then I'm going to wash it with a red ink over the top. Yeah. Well, she's a fire giant. It should be like fiery gold, shouldn't it? I think.
Hi, Crafty Gabber.
Hi, good evening.
It is a cool mini Wicked D. As part of the Reaper sub box that we do, obviously, seeing as how it's sub box Monday.
Yeah, sure. So if anybody doesn't know what the sub box is, so every month I think this is a bit of skin. I'm painting this bit around her middle like it's a bit of skin. I'm not sure whether it is or it's supposed to be a bit of fabric, but it's going to be skin now. She's having her midriff out. So yeah, but she's definitely. Think this bit here. Think that's supposed to be leg, or is that supposed to be fabric? Let's paint it as leg. She can have her thighs out as well, I think.
Oh, why?
Yeah. So the sub box, yeah, for the princely sum of 20 English pounds, you get a box posted to your door that will have £25 at Mighty Lancer Games prices, worth of Reaper Bones figures posted to your door. And then every month you receive a nice surprise box of awesome minis that you can then use to flesh out your D&D or other RPG games, or just a miniatures painting challenge, or whatever you want to do with them, really. And then every month you get something different, and so far we shouldn't have had any duplicates. We have a master list that we pick from, and in the not too distant future, when Reaper start adding more figures into the range from the more recent Kickstarters, that list will get even longer, which is pretty cool. There's new stuff coming out all the time. We haven't exhausted it yet, and I always pick the figures that I think I like. So some figures, unless we have a lot of requests for something in particular, it's always been stuff that I like or I think would be cool to paint. Try and give you all a bit of a challenge, and they vary in size. So the past couple of months we've incorporated a larger figure like this lady into the box, or bigger giants even than the Queen here. And in the past we've put dragons and various other items in the box.
And this month is even more special, isn't it? Because there is a special sticker.
Yes, yeah, now we've got new funky stickers going in the box. Designed by Moxie. Moxidon, however.
Who should be in chat, I think.
I think he's in chat. Thank you, Mr. Howell. I do try.
It's very trying.
Yeah, and also the other thing is I try not to, even though I might think that they are particularly cool, if there's similar sculpts, I try not to give you something too similar in concurrent months. So I know. So previous, or like last month, we had the orc slicer. So it'll be another couple of months, I think, before we put another orc figure in, just so you don't think that we're trying to force you down a certain path or whatever. We have explored themed boxes in the past, and done a little bit of kind of, shall we say, play testing around different themes. So we normally try and do something that's roughly Halloween themed at Halloween, but it all depends on availability and Reaper's ability to supply us with enough figures of certain things, because as you can imagine, we ship out quite a few and we need to make sure that they can supply us with the figures that we actually want. So we try and order them a couple of months in advance or more, so we make sure that we've got the figures that we want, and sometimes we have to swap them around a bit if Reaper don't have enough availability, but we haven't had many hitches so far, have we? We had a little bit of a hiccup with shipping during like the start of the coronavirus situation.
But we told everybody.
Yeah, stuff just wasn't arriving from the States, but now I think we're good to go. Pete the Priest would like a sticker,
Okay.
but he can't get the monthly box. Do you think we could maybe sort him out with a sticker when the next time he comes and orders some stuff in the shop? We'll sort him out with a sticker.
Yeah, maybe we'll have to put a note on that says, "Can I have a sticker, please?"
Had a big blob on me under my paintbrush then.
What?
I don't know what it was. Anyway, it's washed out now.
Is it in your mouth now?
No.
You nearly said yes.
Yeah,
It's in your mouth now.
yeah, it probably is.
Lovely.
Sorry about that, everybody.
Eating bits of
Yeah,
paint.
I do like to lick the end of my paintbrush, suck the end of my paintbrush to make sure that just to make sure that it's nicely cleaned. Right then, so next we're going to move on to some bronze, some Vallejo bronze.
Yeah, the sub boxes come out at the end of every month.
Yeah, we've made a little start on getting them ready. There's still a lot of work to do, but
Yeah, I start nagging in about 2 weeks before.
yeah, they're going to be they're underway. They're underway, spread out across the
Before you
tables.
start in the next class.
Okay, super.
So what's this colour you're using
I'm
now?
drinking tea. Move on to water. Oh, excuse me. So this is bronze. This is Vallejo bronze.
Mr. Howell has been building the TT Combat Tavern, Wizard Tower and Townhouse over the weekend. Just finished the last one today.
And I saw some pictures earlier on of I think it was the tavern. They look particularly cool.
Was that in the Discord?
I don't know. You had it on the screen
I don't on the screen.
when I came
Looking
in.
at my screen.
Yeah, I'm not going to use that paintbrush. It's starting to get a bit ropey. Is that?
Is it?
Yeah. That's it's an old one anyway. That I've been using for base. I can't find the other one now. don't want to use my good brush for doing this brass, so I'm going to use. Yep, I'm just going to use this old Citadel starter brush I've had for a while. So I'm just going to put some of this bronze onto these arm on her legs here.
Can everybody see it okay? I'll shout up if you can, and I might be able to zoom in slightly.
So
What colour did you wear on the black? She can just slightly tell you.
yeah, it's burnt dark umber.
Oh, that's
it is.
very dark.
Yeah. So it looks pretty good. I'm quite happy with that.
So are you going for raised out of a burning fire type?
Yeah, I want them to look like dark skinned with bright coloured hair.
Which range of brands is it? It looks nice. Is Mr. Howard's for
It's-
Vallejo?
Yeah, Vallejo.
Are you doing your vampire for the Reaper Challenge League, Crafty? No, it's not. It's not Vallejo brass. It's bronze.
Bronze.
Not both though, are you?
No,
Oh,
no. I've got bronze and I've got old gold.
Oh, right. Yeah, do you want to show the tops so that people can see
The difference.
I've got your chair. How come I've got your chair?
I don't know. You must have just been sat in it all day, and then I've had to have this rubbishy dining chair because I didn't want to kick you out.
You should have said.
Yeah. Got this.
The thing with the Reaper Challenge League, Crafty Goggo, is just to do what you can. So for a bit of fun, try and get your painting a bit more. Like, I use it as inspiration for my mini a day, otherwise I'd be very stuck. Which is what I'm trying to do now with my little terror fish that I'm painting. This is going to be have polka dots on it, which I've never done before, so this could be insanely wrong. But you know,
Polka dots on a fish.
yeah, why not?
Oh, okay.
Well, that's what it's having.
Fair enough.
You've already said that the colours maybe are a bit too bright.
No, I didn't say that.
Yes, you did.
No.
Yes, you did. So yeah, if you show everybody
Oh.
the two lids, then
I will.
they'll be able to see maybe slightly the difference. I don't know.
Okay. Well, I'll just finish this little bit of leg and then we'll have a look.
Okay, I'll let you.
Blobbed onto her skin bit.
Yeah, that's right, Mr. Howell. A sully fish is actually blue as well. See, some puffer fish have polka dots. No, I can probably guarantee you that no fish looks like this though, to be fair.
Right then, so this one on the right hand side, this is the bronze, and this on the left, this is the brass that we like using as a gold. And then the other one, which I haven't put a blob on the lid of yet, is old gold, which is this one, which I thought would be a better highlight colour to the bronze, because the brass is a lot yellower,
Which is why we use
whereas the bronze is more of a greeny gold, which is what the old gold is. So that's what we're going for. So there we go. Let's get the other leg going.
So the reason we put blobs on the top is so that I know what colours they are in the cupboard. It makes it easier for me because as a new painter, some of the names don't really go with what they actually are, so it helps me to know. Oh, that's that one.
Excuse
See,
me.
it's good, isn't it, Richard D? That's what I said to you. See, I like the brass using it as gold. It's awesome.
That was the other day. We were finalising the addition of the game colour range onto the website and adding the stock and what have you. And some of those have got really cool and overly simple names, really. Brassy Brass and Tinny Tin.
Tinny Tin.
Yeah.
Tinny McTin.
Yeah.
Tinny McTin face.
Yeah.
But that would make more sense then, at least you know that it's Tinny
man. There was another one, the bronze. I'm sure the bronze and the copper have got like silly names as well.
Yeah, no, it's when it says, it's like there's a Games Workshop Citadel, not Citadel, Games Workshop contrast paint. I know it's Citadel, contrast paint that's called something yellow, but it's actually orange.
Oh, Nasdrag yellow.
Yeah, it's orange, isn't it?
Very close. Yeah.
There's like, so things like that I get, I need a blob so that I know what I'm doing.
There we go. Super. There's going to be a lot of bronze on this.
Yeah, we've got various ranges in our painting cupboard that we use at home.
Yeah.
We try them out when we get new ones in so that we can help people with a bit of information, but I do like Reaper paints, to be fair. You got a favourite?
No, not really.
Well, that was the end of that one.
Yeah. No, I use bits of all sorts, don't I? So we've got a drawer full of Citadel paint that I occasionally dip into, and
Yeah, I don't use them because they're at yours.
yeah, well, you can use them, you know.
Yeah, but they're all the way over there.
So we've got the Citadel paints, occasionally dip into those depending on what I'm painting, and Reaper. The one that I don't tend to use as much of anymore, and which is a bit odd, but I think I've just decided that I like Vallejo and Reaper and some of the Green Stuff World colours better, is the Army Painter. The only one that I really tend to go to on a regular basis is Gunmetal. But I've kind of stopped using them.
I suppose you progress. They're a really good starter set, that
Yeah.
get you started and then you progress with what you like the feel of.
Yeah.
They're all completely different, that's the problem. Like the Citadel paints are really thick, whereas the Reaper paints aren't as thick.
No. I think that's why I like the Reaper and the Green Stuff World and the Vallejo, because I think they leave a better finish. A lot of the Army Painter paints leave a slightly glossy finish, and that doesn't suit what I want. Although you can use the anti-shine varnish.
That stuff's really good. I was a bit sceptical about the anti-shine varnish when I saw it in the cupboard. Oh, anti-shine varnish, what's the rubbish? But then I had to use it on something that I didn't want to be shiny, and it's actually really, really good.
Yeah, it really flattens down the colours.
I can't remember what I used it on. I was like, oh yeah, it's not shiny anymore.
What's going on here?
I don't know what you're doing.
Oh, I need to figure out where the joint goes. I've missed a bit, I think. I've missed a bit of skin. But anyway, we'll come back, we'll touch that up later, because I need to do this where I've blobbed a bit on her thigh there.
So she's having bronze boots.
She's having bronze boots, and she's having a bronze, like, girdly bit here. This bit of metal here is going to be bronze. I'm going to do this kind of crisscross diamond piece here. That's going to be leather. So we're going to do that in a different colour. But this edge to her skirt thing is going to be bronze as well, and then we'll have a couple of other bronze bits on her as well.
So I'm coming using the Games Workshop starter.
Because the bronze is quite a thick paint, and I didn't want to use my fancy dancy sable brush while I was doing it, because I would have to be washing it out all the time, and I didn't want to thin the paint as much by having a wet brush or a water wet brush. Makes sense to me. It might not make sense to anybody else, but
Well, you're the one painting.
yeah.
As long as it makes sense to you, that's all that matters, isn't it?
See, I've never used any of the P3 paints, but I know a lot of people swear by them, say that they're really, really good. That's one range that I've never used. we are going to try out some new paints in the not too distant future, hopefully, by a company called Instar. And as far as I can make out, the idea is that you essentially buy a kit. I could be wrong with this, but you essentially buy a kit, and the kit gives you various colours and a mixing recipe, and then the idea is that you follow this recipe. No, it's because, sorry, I've just seen Mr. Howell's question. I'll come back to that in a second. So, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so you get like a little recipe kind of guide, and then you use the various paints in different proportions to mix just about every shade that you could possibly need.
Colours as well, don't you?
Yes.
Don't want to do that.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
So Moxie says that his son's looking like a shop, but his eye on the strange producer.
Oh yeah.
You like strange things. We watched a bit, didn't we? But then we finished doing the first thing, but I haven't seen it.
No. Yeah. Yeah, I think we might have to have another go at it at some point. Yeah.
And as you saw, Mr. Howell says, we plan to balance the mini with some small bronze plates on the upper torso.
Yes. So my plan was to make her like bralette little thing that she's got on there, to maybe make that brass as well. But then now I'm looking at it, I think it maybe should be fabric of some description. Yeah. So I think that we might just make her a crown brass, and then with the gold from her jewellery, we'll see how it goes. Although the pointed ends, shall we say, of her bra appear to be like metal studs. So I don't know whether I want to make those so obvious and like gold.
You want to make her nipples?
I didn't want to say
Is that what you're trying to tell us?
Yeah.
That might look really, really strange.
It might,
I don't think that would be a good idea.
yeah. No, that's it. I don't know if I want to draw that much attention to it, give her a gold nipples.
If she had lots of studs all over, but just those two, I wouldn't.
No.
I wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
Oh, Moxie prefers to be called Moxie.
Ah, right, cool.
I don't have a nickname. I've never had a nickname.
No. You've got a name that doesn't require shortening.
That is true. I know we call them many things, but not nickname.
Right. So we're going to go for that. There. And then, look, see, there's a bit of skin that I've missed in between those areas there.
I suppose when it's all black undercoat and you're painting with such a dark brown, there's bound to be bits that get missed.
Yeah. So I'll just paint this like circlet bit up at the top here, and we'll probably come back and do some other bits bronze after, as I spot some other pieces here and there. But yeah, we're gonna give her a.
Mr. House has the upper armbands.
Oh yeah, what you think we should do those with the bit of bronze?
Yeah, that'll take bronze all the way up, but not overpowering, won't it?
Okay, we'll give that a go.
Or overwhelming.
Before we move on, we'll just do a couple of other bits. Yeah, I've given.
I'm here, Goblin.
Hi there. Yeah, we'll give. I've been giving this bronze a bit of a good try out. I've been using it on a few things recently. So I've painted some skeletons and some ghosties that I painted up, or I've painted them as ghosts. recently, and I've used this for all the weapons and armour and what have you. And I think that they turned out alright. Used a lot of verdigris on them because they were supposed to be long dead. So this went really well with that. This with some of the Citadel Nihilak Oxide, I think is how you pronounce it, over the top. And then a little highlight and what have you over the top. Really makes them look pretty cool. Old shields and weapons make them look from a suitably bygone age. And they're not just for Frostgrave. They're going to get used for.
Nobody's mentioned.
I know. I thought I'd get in there before anybody else did. They're going to get used for a multitude of other games.
Oh, they such as
D&D and some other stuff. Might make a feature at some point in our Pathfinder game. Right. So I'm not going to, because we're using so many metallics, I'm not going to try and add any more colour in by doing like a flame effect or anything, or a glow effect on this.
That's right, Crafty Gobbo, he is.
Yeah, on the weapon, or I don't think I am anyway. So I'm going to leave that and we're going to paint that gold, I think. Or I might do it steel. I was going to try and stay away from doing anything steel on it, but I think I will actually.
I'll be happy when he actually gets to play Frostgrave, and then it'll get it out of his system ever so slightly, maybe, perhaps.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, it will.
So, Beard Goblin says, it's not a mini, is it? Have you still got the other one?
That one.
The other comparison, so that's what the old one and...
Yeah, so this is the original 77100, and this is 77613, I think she is. So it's the same figure, Vanja Fire Giant Queen, but the kind of reimagined her in the Bones 3 Kickstarter.
But
along with a lot of the other original giants.
But it's this one that you're doing this in.
That's it, yeah. Right. So now we are going to go with some of your brass. Ooh. It's a bit bubbly, then can't be much left in this one, but that's fine.
So Peter Priest says he still hasn't got a clue on brush paint, and Moxie says, I've just noticed where I go wrong with the painting. Just put the tip of the brush in the paint. I put too much on. Also, why did you first use the wet palette, but now you're only using a normal palette? Well, that's because it's metallics, but he will explain that for you.
Yeah, so metallic, the wet palette isn't really ideal for using metallic paints.
There is some controversy about that though, isn't there? But
yeah, so everything that I've ever read about wet palettes says that they're not really suitable for inks and metallics. So,
and also we didn't want to water it down.
Yeah, that's true. So the idea of the wet palette is that it keeps your paint thin and stops it from drying out. But if you use metallics on your wet palette, then the talk is, shall we say, or what I was told, is that the slight metallic flecks from your paint can get embedded in the sponge. Oh, what was that? Thank you very much, Reaper Cake.
Subscribe. Look, the little man's doing his little dance.
Yay!
I do like this man, he's very good. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. We very much appreciate that. So
what's his flow now with excitement?
Yeah. That's awesome. I like the little guy. Thank you. So the little metallic particles get embedded in your sponge and then could contaminate your future painting. So I just try and I have put metallics on it in the past, but then I've washed the sponge out quite rigorously because I made that mistake early on.
And equally, you didn't want to water it down.
Yeah.
It's the same. Oh, Reaper Cake says the Reaper boxes are awesome.
Ah,
excellent.
cool.
Have you got this one then? Did you get this month? The the fire giant queen in it. Reaper Kate. Cool, Moxie. What was I going to say?
I don't know.
No, I don't either. Doesn't take a lot to confuse me, does it?
This month's with the giant in.
No, I don't know.
No.
Who knows? It can't have been important.
Mm,
Just, waffly like
yeah.
I do.
Right then, so it might seem like I'm painting a lot of this miniature gold.
Well, that's because you are.
Yeah, and I am, but then I'm going to try and... I'm not going to try, I'm going to make it look a bit... Once we've got like the base coats on, then we're going to use a few inks and whatever to make it look a bit different. Try and add a bit more to it.
You just subbed for this month then, so they'll come out at the end of the month. No, we won't spoil anything then, no spoilers. But on a Monday, as you might have guessed from the name of the stream, we do our Subbox Monday stream. Starts at 8 o'clock UK time, where we paint a miniature from the Subbox, and then you can either paint along or just get a different idea of how you might want to paint it, or etc. etc. So
I'm looking forward to painting one of the figures that we've put in the
you can't tell anything
next month. I know.
Yeah, go on then. So Moxie also said that they noticed where they're going wrong. They put too much paint on the brush. Do you want to?
Yeah. So when you're putting paint on your paintbrush, and the same is true with any kind of paintbrush that you're using, really, that you want to keep. In fact, this is probably an ideal time to show you because of how much paint I've got on the brush. You can really see the difference. So you can see that I've only got paint like sort of halfway, 2/3 of the way up the bristles of the brush and not into this bit, which is called the ferrule. And you really want to try and keep your paint at least kind of halfway. I've probably gone a bit too deep there, but about halfway up the bristles. And then, because if you get paint into the ferrule itself, you'll find it very, very difficult to clean it out, and then that's how your brush starts splitting apart and losing its point, and then it's just not great. So you really want to just kind of get it like about halfway up. And if that means that you have to do a lot more brush strokes to get the paint on the model, then that's just the way it is. But little bits of paint give you thinner coverage and more control over where you're putting it, really. If you just kind of blather it on because you've put too much paint on your brush, then you end up having to spread it out and to get a nice thin coat.
Yes, and that's right, Reaper Kate. Even when you're painting walls.
Yeah. It's certainly a technique that applies to just about any kind of painting, I would say. Dry brush white first.
On your black, I assume.
Alright. So, yeah, I think a lot of people like to now do zenithal highlighting, don't they, and what have you, but I haven't personally seen the benefit of it yet, if I'm entirely honest. So I haven't really taken that into my painting regimen yet. I don't know. I know we've got a couple of other prolific painters, shall we say, in the chat. I don't know if anybody else has got any opinion on that. But I did last week, so last Wednesday we painted a Space Marine, and I did start off with a darker metal colour and then dry brushed it up with lighter metal colours. And then we put a wash over the top to get the colour on. But because we were using the contrast paint, so I wanted it to kind of shade a little bit differently, so that was why we did that. But yeah, I don't normally I don't normally do it. If I want to highlight on something, I normally highlight it a bit more dramatically than the kind of subtle highlight that you get from the pre-shading. I haven't adopted that technique yet. There's still time though, isn't there? Well, hopefully if my eyesight doesn't give out, I've got plenty more years of painting left in me.
So, Mr. Hauser, stencil is a fad that comes and goes. Seen it become fashionable 5 times so far, but it's only of benefit if you work with a water painting style. There you go. Mr. Howell is a great painter. I've never tried this stencil, I think, but then I've only been painting for 116 days.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's been taking rages.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I have tried it. I must say, I have tried it. Tried doing it with, like, airbrushing undercoats and things, and I think it can be quite effective. I've seen other people do it to great success, but I've not really seen a benefit myself. Let's say that. Not.
That's it though. You have to do painting your own way, don't you? Otherwise, you won't enjoy it. If you try and force yourself, if you've tried it and you didn't like it, and you just try and force yourself to do it the same as everybody else because they're doing it, then you're not going to be painting in your style.
Yeah. That's it. So.
Well, the cakes is not quite got a hang of washing.
Yeah. Well. So. Yeah. I like using washes and inks to really change the appearance of stuff, which hopefully we'll see when we do something with this gold.
We haven't tried the contrast paint.
Contrast paints are a fantastic tool. Yeah, you can do all sorts with them, but similarly with the a few things. I can't adopt painting solely with contrast paints. I think they're great for some stuff, but not for others. Right then, what else am I going to do? Gold. I don't know.
What else are you going to do again?
I think I might leave it there for gold for now. To be fair. Oh no, this bit between her legs. That's the same material as the back, isn't it? So I need to do that differently. And then, so I'll do this bit of gold, and then we'll give the gold a chance to fully dry while we base coat her hair with some red. Because we want her to have nice. So we're going to start off with red, and then we're going to highlight up to a nice burning orange and yellow.
I've used it to success, but painting with paints that are thinned to be a little more than a stain, then it all can work, but it makes no difference with most painters.
Yeah.
That's right, Reed Paint. To get the best paint job, you use different styles. You use all sorts of things, don't you? Dry brushing and ink washers, contrast paints.
Yeah.
We did a YouTube video as well with a few different contrast paints to show people what they look like. Was it browns?
Yeah, we did all the different browns and we tried them out on horses.
We used all like similar models so that you could just see what they actually look like to try and help people. Mainly what our YouTube channel does. We try to do things that we think might help people. That makes sense.
Excuse me. Right then, so we're going to base coat her hair. So we're going to go back to the wet palette because we can, and we're going to go for some Reaper Rusty Red. So this is one of the paints. It's been discontinued now, Rusty Red, but they have reissued it under a new code. So It's this is a really great, nice, like darker red colour.
I've never tried the I haven't really tried a lot of mine. Have you ever tried the paint the comic book look?
I haven't, no, and I think it can look really cool. I've seen some pretty good stuff lately as well. I've seen some Tau for 40k painted in a comic book style recently, and they looked absolutely fantastic. Right then, so this might look a bit garish, but again, it's just a base coat, and it's going to get a bit more work yet, but this is going to be the base coat, undercoat for the hair.
You've only got 10 minutes.
I know. It's going to be a future. So we'll get the hair done, and then we want to try out if everybody's up for it. We're going to give a little game a go. So we're gonna try playing marbles on stream. So this cool game. Now all you need to do, I understand, is when we set it going, is just type in a simple command in the chat, and then it'll enroll you in the game, and then we're gonna have a little bit of a practice where we have this marble run
It might
game,
all go completely wrong.
which we saw on Reaper's stream, and we thought it looked really cool, so we wanted to have a go at it. So if everybody would like to have a go at that with us, then we're going to do that when I've finished her hair.
Maybe.
Yeah. If Mrs. MLG can get it to work, but we've done a few tests.
Yeah, but
so
never live.
that's
That's
true.
not even a good start, is it?
That's true. We haven't done a live test yet. We've just been doing
Where's the mouse going?
practice. Practice goes in the game.
Oh no.
What have you done?
I don't know.
Too much paint there. So this is what happens. You put too much paint on, then you've got to spread it around. So what's it's cool, isn't it, Wicked D? Oh, posture check. Yeah. So what's your normal miniature of preference, Reaper Cake? What kind of thing do you normally like to have a go at? Do you have a specific, like, do you just paint, say, Reaper figures, or do you like other brands?
I think we'll probably be ready when you are.
Okay.
But again, I'm not 100% sure it'll work.
Okay. Well, I'll just finish your hair up and then we can have a go.
Who knows? Like all, to be honest. My shame pile is massive. It's a pile of potential.
That's it, yeah.
All those potential minutes.
That's it. So what's your current kind of work in progresses? What's on the go?
Painting some Mantic Dungeon Saga at the moment.
I like some Dungeon Saga.
Is that what I painted?
Yeah.
Well, you've got quite a few things on the go, haven't you? You've got that.
Yeah, I've got
You've
loads
a
to go.
Dragon.
So, yeah.
You've got Brass Scorpion from. Was it Forge World?
Forge World, yeah.
You've got your Bellicor.
Yeah.
You've still got a Maldricar 4 years later that hasn't been painted yet.
It started.
It's just Reaper Cake's just finished the Skelly Giant,
Oh, nice.
the Reaper one.
Cool. I like that figure. Never painted that one. We've got loads of stuff on the go, haven't we?
this week.
Alright, I've got loads of stuff on the go. You tend to start a project and finish it, and I've just got loads of things on the go. I've got Adeptus Titanicus Titans that we started doing for because I needed something to use as an example for a YouTube video. So I've got a couple of Titans put together, as long with one that I started building when they relaunched it at just Titanicus the first time around, and then I put it on hold while I waited for some magnets to arrive so I could magnetise the guns, and then unfortunately other projects came along and it's never got finished, so I've got that back out the other day so I can try and get him glued together at least. Had a mass priming session in the sunshine yesterday, seeing as it was a nice morning, and got a whole bunch of stuff undercoated. So about 100 zombies for The Walking Dead all together, zombies and heroes, and along with a few bits of scenery and other stuff for something that we're going to do in store later in the year.
Hopefully.
And so undercoated all those, undercoated Bellicor ready for painting on, or beginning painting on Wednesday.
Is that what you're doing on stream?
Yeah, that's what we're doing. You decided for me, you said that you thought I should. So yeah, Bellicor on Wednesday, so we undercoated him. Oh, I undercoated the Mantic Giant.
Alright.
Seeing as...
He's been kicking around for a while.
Yeah, so I've undercoated him, so he's ready for painting as and when. Although he's a big boy. What else did I undercoat? Loads of stuff. Oh, I undercoated the Dungeons and Lasers dungeon terrain. That was pretty cool. I've undercoated some fantasy zombies for a popular tabletop game.
What's that? What could that be?
Fantasy Frozen City.
Oh, is there?
Yeah, so
Really cool.
yeah, and a necromancer figure to go with them. Undercoated those. Undercoated some treasure tokens. Oh, loads of stuff.
You did undercoat a lot of things.
Yeah, and some cars and jeeps and fences and some other bits and pieces for The Walking Dead. Loads of stuff, but had to take advantage of the nice weather.
Well, that's true. It hasn't been as nice today. I know you've been wet, but it's been cold.
Been trapped indoors.
Poor you.
Yeah, you've got a lot more natural light in your work area.
Yeah, but you were on the shop floor, there were loads of natural light.
Been stuck upstairs for most of the day. Her hair is taking forever.
She's been downstairs at some point to see Moxie's good lady.
Yeah, that was this afternoon. Yeah, that was this afternoon. I'd gone downstairs to do a bit of stock checking, because you can only stare at so many computer screens, can't you? Right, let's get her hair quickly boxed off, and then we can have a go at marbles. In fact, I could, like, nobody really needs to see me finish doing like hair, do they? I could be painting hair while marbles is on the screen. So let's go with marbles, and then I'll finish her hair.
So are we going to try and explain slightly what this thing is?
Okay, so
has anybody ever done this before? In chat. So the idea is, she says, the idea is that you all join in and you have a marble, and then the marbles go down a track and one wins.
Yeah.
That's it. But it's free, and we just thought we'd give it a go, and it might be fun. It might go absolutely horrendously wrong, because I have to control the camera view, and the marbles go down the track very fast, and I'm rubbish
No,
at
you're not.
computer games, etc., which is a bit like trying to control the camera view on this game.
You'll be fine.
So if the screen just suddenly disappears and there's no marbles, then it's just me frantically trying to find them. So it is just for a bit of fun. It doesn't last very long, and if you like it, then we're gonna like do it a bit more and have more plans and maybe have a giveaway for people that win at the end of the month and stuff. But we're just gonna see what you think to it first.
That's it.
So I'm gonna try and get this to work. So I'm going to do a course called Hop, Skip and Jump, which equally could go very, very wrong.
What's up?
I don't know. I'm scared now. I've pressed the button. So we have to put into chat. Not that. We have to put into chat ! Play.
Oh, look, it's there. I can see it on that. I can see it on the other screen.
What?
Look here.
Oh, don't do that. Yeah, like that. And then we should be there. So I'm just going to swap to a different screen. And hopefully you can all see that now. Can you all see that? And you should be able to see your names appearing as you get a marble. And you see them all lining up. So, yeah, good. So far, so good.
Yeah, cool.
So there's 6 keys that I have to press to make it, like, to follow the track. So that's the bit that could go wrong. Right, Crafty just got back. So if you just put ! Play into chat, you'll get a little marble. And we're going to just do a marble race just for a laugh.
Yeah.
So, are we ready? Is everybody ready? Has everybody got their marbles?
Yeah. Oh, hang on.
What? Hang on. Hang on. Right. I'm going to start. Here we go. So you should be able to, as far as I know, you should be able to see your name. But if it doesn't work, we'll try it a different way.
Yeah.
Right. And we're going to start now. I'm going to stop talking and we're going to start.
So, yeah, if you zoom in a little bit, can we see?
Zoom into the start.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I was counting down. I wonder what I was doing.
All right. Yeah. So we're about to start. Cool.
Oh, it's not showing the. Oh, you can see who's first, but it's not showing the names. Why is it not showing?
I don't know.
So you all come down.
Right. So you go down there and you zip around the bowl. And also, Wicked D's in first place. Close to. Oh no.
First place.
Oh, what?
Why is it not showing the names?
I don't know.
That's really annoying. I'll have to look.
Anybody could win at this stage.
You haven't come out the hole yet. Oh, there we are.
Yeah.
Just come out the hole now. And then you have to come through. Oh, I was much better at controlling this earlier. You come through and into this box. Oh, why won't it show the name?
I don't know. Do you need to be closer?
I've not put something on. And then
Ah.
you fired out the cannon.
Oh.
Oh, there's somebody. There's somebody.
Pew!
And you fired out the cannon.
And then you land in the little spirally
landed a little spot.
wizard. Oh, cool. So Fizzy Whizzle's first, Wicked D's first. Like, so anyone could win at this stage. Crafty Gobber's first. Crafty Gobber was in 10th place a minute ago, but now she's first.
This is rubbish when you can't see the names.
Yeah.
I'll have to sort that. I'll have to sort that out.
Oh, and Moxidon's fallen off the track, and Pete the Priest's fallen off the
yeah,
track.
That's what that bit means when you.
Yeah, that means you pegged it. Oh, Fizzy Whizzle's off. Pete the Priest's off. Tony Howell's off.
Now he's winning.
Yeah.
I'll have to fix it though, so
Yeah.
it's a lot better
That's
when
it.
you see
Yeah,
it.
you see the names.
Sorry.
Whee! Oh, so who's winning? Who's winning? Nazty's winning.
There's one.
Yay!
Wicked D came second. Gobbo might come third. Look at my terrible camera work. That was appalling, I do apologise.
Shocking. Absolutely
Where were we?
shocking.
We're last!
6th place.
That's
Well,
pathetic.
yeah, well, at least we didn't fall off the
Well
track.
done, guys.
Yeah, well done, Nasty.
So, that's kind of it, but
Yeah.
I'll have
But
to
you-
get the names because that was really cool.
Yeah, you're supposed to be able to see the
So there
names
you
on
go,
the
you can
thing.
see who came and who unfortunately flew off the side of the track. So I'm going to put you back on screen now.
Okay.
And then, what did you all think though? Is it a bit?
Is it alright, or is it just like pointless?
It is a lot better when you. Why can't we see the names?
I don't know.
That's. Well, you have to talk to people.
Okay, right. So I'm just gonna touch up where I've blobbed over onto her legs here. That little bit in there. Over here. So back to our dark umber.
That's right, we could do a race where you do nothing and you nearly win. So that was Hopsy.
I like this colour. This is a nice colour, dark umber. Where was that bit that I'd missed on her arm? It was there, in between those bands there.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. It is a
Yeah.
lot better when you can see where you are on the track.
Mm.
She's like very annoying.
I've missed another bit, hadn't I? Where was that other bit that I missed? I've missed that bit
What's
in her arm.
left alt? What's that mean?
I have no idea.
I don't know if left alt brings up the names, but I don't know what left is.
Oh, it's the Alt key on the left-hand side of the keyboard, isn't it?
Oh, not like
I
press
think.
left and alt.
No, I think so.
Ah. Do you want to try it again? Do you want to try it again? Do you want to try it again? Or
Yeah, let's give it another whirl. It's only a couple of minutes,
Give it
isn't it?
one go and see. Oh, yeah. Wow. Okay. Right. Woo. So if you press
What was
exclamation mark play, what that was me going. Woo.
No, I thought I heard something from the other way.
Nobody else in there.
Slightly concerning.
I'm getting there, sorry. I've lost my mouse again. Where's my mouse gone?
Right, so we'll have a bit of leather colour, I think.
Oh!
Does-
Can you see your names? Can you see your names? I can see some names.
No, I can see the Weekend Geek. When did the Weekend Geek sneak in?
Been here all the time. Oh, but they've gone again. Oh! There!
Yeah.
Can you
Is
see
it
your name
is it
now?
working?
Why are we right at the back?
Yay!
We're trying, we're trying.
Yeah.
Don't judge me harshly on my rubbish keyboard skills. Are we all in? Exclamation mark play if you want to play. Are we all in?
Yeah, I think.
I think so. Doesn't
Yeah,
seem
I can see
Right.
original Turjon, Nasty, Reaper Cake, Pete the Priest, Weekend Geek.
I
Crafty
can't get
Gobbo.
to start now.
What do you mean you can't get to start?
Like moving the screen and not.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Okay, are we ready?
Hold up. We're gonna go down that hole first.
Okay.
You're gonna be commentator.
Okay. Go! So Mighty Lance is in the lead, followed by Reaper Cake, followed by Pete the Priest, and everything's changing. Now Reaper Cake's in the lead, Weekend Geek's in the lead, Original Turjon's in the lead, Beard Goblin's in second place, Moxidon's in the lead, Mighty Lance is back in the lead, Original Turjon.
I'm already going round and round.
Yeah, I know. Everybody's in the lead. Everybody's in the lead, and then not in the lead in a matter of seconds. Ooh, Tio Bad Woo is currently in the lead, racing away down the chute, closely followed by Original Turjon.
You're doing an awesome commentating.
Do you think this is like yeah?
I'm enjoying it.
So we're zooming past Tio Bad Woo's
Knows what they're doing.
yeah. zooming away down the track, followed by Crafty Gobbo and Reaper Cake. Oh, there we go. Tio Badru's like bounced over the obstacles.
Oh no!
Oh, I think Crafty Gobbo's gone onto the lower track. Tio Badwu looks like they've won.
I thought they looked like they were out.
Oh, I don't know, they're on a little moving, like, shoot thing. Pete the Priest.
No.
Pete the Priest's gone off the edge. Fizzy Whizzle's off the edge. Oh, where's Reaper Cake going? Is Reaper Cake gonna... Oh, no, Reaper Cake. Have they? I don't know. Okay, Crafty Gobbo's won. How was that work then? Wicked D's off the track.
Look, they're floating. Bye,
Bye, mate Lancer. Yeah, see you later. Original Turgeon's off. Everyone's off. Crafty Gobbo and Beard Goblin are safe. Weekend Geek's safe. Oh, is Moxie gonna be safe?
Crafty Gobbo won. What are you watching?
I'm trying to see who's going in the thing. Yeah, there we go.
What do we think?
Let's.
I don't know what the Tio Badwu is.
Oh, I don't
I
know.
don't know if that's going to be it's got a little box next to it.
I don't know.
I don't know if that's not a real person.
Is it a, I don't know.
Like a bot thing.
I don't know. He's
You didn't like that track. Did you fall off?
yeah, they're not appearing in our
No, I don't
league
think
table, are
I
they?
think Crafty Gobbo won, look.
Yeah.
No, we can beat
Yeah.
You don't like that? Nobody like that track?
Yeah.
What was that one?
Few will survive too.
Oh, nobody like that one.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh,
No one
sorry.
to.
Right, it's going to be you again now. So what do we
Cool.
think? Do we like the game? Do we think that we should do the game regularly?
We could play a bit more of that in future, couldn't we? What's energy? I have absolutely no idea.
What energy?
I don't know. I might have missed something. Yeah, we saw it on Reaper Miniatures stream the other week, and we thought like, oh, we could do something like that. Well, I hope you're going to have some for work tomorrow, Weekend Geek.
Yeah, you got to have energy for work.
Loads to do. Loads to do.
Well, if you don't like that one, that's fine. We won't do that one again.
Oh, this is hard. Let's go. It's a bit tight.
So, we've gone over like we always do because we're not very good.
I know.
What are you on with?
So,
What's happening?
oh well, I was just going to paint the leather areas. Before we wrap up.
We do have a vortex shaker. That's right, Reaper Cake. It's next to me, but it's quite noisy on the stream.
Yeah.
And also, he doesn't like using it, do you?
Yeah.
It's mine.
Yeah. It's Mrs. MLG's.
Yeah, because he's been painting for quite some number of years and hasn't had all these fancy things, he forgets about them.
I do.
So I'll say to him, do you want to use a shaker? And he'll like, oh yeah. And then you shook it by hand anyway, so
Yeah.
it's pointless.
That's true.
And that's young people speak, that Wicked D, smashing. Yeah, that's young people speak. Oh, well I hope you like the game, the little marvelly game. Now I've kind of figured out how to get your names on, it's a bit more interesting, isn't it?
That's cool. Now we just need hundreds more viewers so we can all have like a massive thing.
Yeah, well we just do our little thing, don't we?
Yep. It's cool.
Our little thing we do. I've still got marbles on my screen, I don't know how to get it off.
No worries.
Done.
Right, so we're going to do this area here. This is going to be in this brown, and then I'm going to do her little bra crop top kind of thing that she's got going on there. That's going to be in the same colour, and that's going to be the base coat for these to be a leather colour.
They're metal mixing bowls you've got.
Yes, Yeah, well, so the one that I was just using, or the paint that we're just using here, is a Green Stuff World paint, Choco Brown, and the Green Stuff World paints come with mixing balls inside. In fact, some of the Reaper paints do as well, but you can hear that. So they've got mixing balls in already, which I believe are metal. I've not taken one out yet, but the Reaper paints have, I think they're little glass or plastic beads inside in a lot of those. And if we're putting mixing balls in ourselves, we use the stainless steel ones.
Yeah, that was our first attempt.
For a bit more weight.
That was our. So we thought that if our regular people that watch the stream liked it, because really we only do things for that we like and that we hope regular people like, don't we?
Yeah.
Where we're just us messing about painting some stuff. We never expect thousands of viewers. Then we thought that if everybody liked it and they thought it was fun, then at the end of every month we might have a giveaway for the top place person. But we wanted to see if everybody liked it first. So did everybody like it? Did they think we should do it on our painting streams, the Marbly game thing? If I can stop panicking about my camera control.
You know what you're doing, really.
I don't. All the keys are all in weird places. I suppose if you play video games, it makes sense. But I don't know. Oh yeah, there's probably all sorts of settings we can do. But I mean, I only just figured out how to put the names on.
Yeah.
Yes, I've heard that sometimes the mixing bowl costs.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know if it's maybe they don't nowadays, but
No,
I've
no.
read people on Facebook and stuff saying, oh, you have to use a certain one because it's going to rust. Stainless steel doesn't rust.
No.
Oh.
The problem is, as we know, that with
Poor people.
the problem with having some of these products mass produced in any kind of factory, whether it's in the east of the world or not, is that quite often factories don't actually make things to the spec. Like, I'll stop mincing around. People don't make stuff that they're supposed to be making. Oh, you could see all the bald spot on the top of my head then. That was atrocious.
You can always see the bald spot.
I know, but I can't often see it because there's a little bit of a delay as I bend down and then put my head up. I could see all the bald. I think I'm just gonna have to shave my head again.
Sorry, I did.
I know you did. And I didn't realise.
Shave your head.
I didn't realise how bad it was, did I? Didn't realise how bad it was. So what I was going to say about mixing balls is that obviously they're mass produced in some factories in various places around the world, and rather than using proper stainless steel, they use they use substandard materials, and then obviously you get rusting because you might just get mild steel instead of stainless steel, proper stainless steel.
Anyway, we're not.
Yeah. So I suppose that would be the advantage of using glass, because then glass isn't going to rust.
John. So it's called Marbles on Stream, as far as I can remember. And you just type the code in to chat when we're playing, and you get a little marble, and it's just a fun game that you volleyball, and you might get your marble might come first. It was just something that we wanted to try to see if people liked it. And everything's random. So I have to control the camera, so I have to follow the track, which is quite hard for me. But I don't control the marbles or anything. They're just going down the track on their own. So.
Yeah, and it's you've just got to cheer yourself on, I think, and keep your fingers crossed that you don't fall off.
Yeah, some of the tracks kick you off and things like that. You see.
Was that bit? There was a bit where I blobbed brown onto her skin, and I was gonna go back and like just tidy it up, and now I can't find it.
Oh, it will do. So, how are you highlighting the hair?
So I'm going to build it up with some orange and some yellow to make it a bit brighter. That's not a very good description, is it?
No. So
No.
what are you doing now?
Well, I think we're already 15 minutes over, aren't we? So I think we might leave her there for now, and then we'll continue with her next week, because we don't want to take up everybody else's evening. All of their evening. You might have more important things to do than watching me sucking my paintbrush. Yeah. So is that better? Oh, sorry. Okay.
Can everybody see that?
Tilt her slightly. There we go. Up slightly. There we go. Oh no.
Right, go on.
Okay, so I'm going to.
That's right. Taser, I'm just a bit harmless fun.
Yeah. So this is where we're going so far. So we've got bronze on the legs and brass, which is going to be gold here on the scale area. So we're going to shade that up with some red to make it look suitably fiery and what have you. The bronze is going to stay bronze, although we're going to shade that with a little bit of darker brown and then highlight it back up. This area is leather, obviously. We're going to still got a few bits and pieces to pick out here, a bit more detail. We're going to highlight the hair up to a nice blazing yellow at the ends. And then and the skin is, again, it's going to get a little bit of a shade, and then we'll highlight it back up to ever so slightly lighter than this kind of colour on her nose and her cheeks and raised areas of musculature. And then the weapon here, I think I'm going to keep it fairly plain. We're going to use that with some like steel metal colours, and I might pick out these runic areas with a different colour, maybe some nice fiery red or something in there, just to make it look as if she's got a properly potent weapon for spiking her enemies with. But yeah, I think she's looking okay so far. Looking very gold, isn't she? But we'll definitely be taking care of that. And we're going to leave her there for now. So she's going to sit in that state until next week's stream.
So we're here on Wednesday.
Yeah. So we're here on this Wednesday, where we're going to start painting Vallejo on the stream, and then Sunday Sunday should be okay, shouldn't it? We think Sunday should be okay, but we might have to start a little bit later because I might have to work in the shop on Sunday.
Which you doesn't normally do.
Which I don't normally do. So Skyrim Sunday might have to start slightly later. But then next Monday it's Bank Holiday Monday, so we've
got a family commitment.
Yeah, so we're gonna do next Monday's stream on Tuesday, which hopefully hopefully everybody can tune in for. But if not, you can always watch on view on demand later.
I will try and post all these updates and things in social media so everyone knows. Yeah, he does work occasionally. Only occasionally. He goes to work. He doesn't do a lot though, does he, Weekend Gate?
No. That's it. So yeah, that's where we're going to leave it for now. Thanks everybody for dropping by. Hopefully you've enjoyed the stream and found it useful and enjoyed a bit of chat. And please join us on Wednesday at 8 PM, where we're going to start painting the fantastic Vallejo model from Games Workshop.
Thank you very much.
Thanks everyone. Cheers. Bye bye.